All right, guys. I said I wouldn't do a video on the front pegs, but it's a little different, so I'll show you the differences if you want to make your own. Here's the print that I made. 8.875. Overall length is 11.695. You make that 11.7 or 7.5 or whatever. Here's the 3/16. Goes an inch. And then it's got a shank of 4.35 this time. I did actually 4.30. It's close enough. 8.20 back. So that's different. The other side is the same. Another great thing, if you guys ever have a chance, get one of these Easy Tapper. It's basically a set of these arbors, I guess you could call them. And it's this basically a shaft. You could even make one of these. This is just like the production version. And then you just spin it and it self-feeds itself. And it's pretty sweet. You get a lot more leverage on it than just a tapping handle. It's just got a little set screw on there. So the rear ones I tapped and they like wobble down the freaking, I don't know how I drilled that hole crooked on the lathe, on a CNC lathe or what. But I might have tapped it crooked. So I'm gonna run them through this again. But the front ones, they're pretty darn straight. I'm pretty happy with them. I just test fit this. And on this side, so here's my shaft. Here's what it looks like. I got the threading down on the lathe, on the CNC lathe, good, pretty damn good. So I could show you that program, but it's all over in the lathe, and I shut the lathe off already. But I hate G76. So on this side, you'll see it's really sloppy, way sloppier than the rear was. So, and when you tighten this front peg on here, because the diameter, it's actually bottoming out over here on this casting. So what I'm gonna do is steal the OEM one, and you see how they have this nice hex that fits in there and fits in there. So I'm probably gonna chop it off on the lathe up about here. You see where it changes diameter to start tapering. I'm probably gonna cut it there, and I'll probably, you know, eat away at it to what I want it to be. And then I'll drill the center out to be 1/2 inch, and then I can just use that as a bushing. Because I was going to just wrap that shaft in electrical tape so it doesn't wobble around. But this, an end bushing, is even better. And it's better that it came with it. It's OEM. So I got to pull this rod out of here, and we'll see what we can do with that. But it's coming along. It's way faster. Yeah, last time I took like 5 hours to do this. I had to write 4 programs and all this bullshit. Great thing about CNCs, once you set it up, you're good. So, yeah, and it's a good thing I made these last week also, because I don't want to have to remake those. So also, this is, just take a look at this if you want to make your own. You could make your own with like an L bracket and a tube or something, but it's very useful. I like it. Don't have to turn on the compressor or anything. We have like a huge scroll compressor, so it's a pain in the butt. Anyway, I'll do that, and then I'll come back and we'll see you. All right, guys, I did all the boring stuff off camera, but here is the finished product. So this is that, I should say what's left of the slider that comes with it OEM. So there's probably 100 thou, basically a big washer. It has its own neck up to clear that, and then the hex is still inside. I drilled it out with a 1/2 inch drill. It still was rubbing too much on the rod in there, the axle that I made. So I took a boring bar, bored it out about 10 thou over. But other than that, it works fine. It definitely stopped this from rattling. And while I was parting it off, making it to size, I started making these plastic washers basically, and they stop the nut at the end of the axle from marring up these knobs. And I had made 3 of them. So I have one for this side, fix that problem, because these are already marred up a little bit. And this one, I could trim it, but I don't want to take it back off. So that is all 4 axle slider / pegs done. Next, I just have to get them anodized, but we might be starting anodizing here at our own shop. So I'm going to wait. And it's also winter time, so don't need it right now. So it's no big deal. This is what's left of the OEM slider. little baby. And that's it. So that's what, 4th or 5th project done on the DRZ that I've built. I want to make a stronger mount for this out of like aluminum plate, kind of like what I made the rear plate flipper out of, which is still going strong. I actually ride around with it flipped, so you know. Anywho, that is now I can use my stand, and I have protection from sliding, more protection, because I think next I want to do a skid plate, a better one than that. But that one's pretty decent. I kind of want to get one of those like slow children at play or whatever. I've seen a couple guys have that. That's pretty funny. But yeah, it's looking pretty slick. Definitely want different mirrors too. These ones are doofy, but I already bought a new tire. It's in the bed of my truck. I just have to have that go mounted. As you can see, the middle tread is gone. And I think that's it for updates. Just a little quick recap. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Oh yeah, I also grained the ends of them on some sandpaper, and then I chucked the rod that I made in the lathe, and I screwed them on and spun them and just held a piece of Scotch-Brite against the end until it looked nice. So that's how I got that done. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching.